All right, y'all. Welcome to Ron Kent's Coffee and Comics. Went to see the Fantastic Four today. About an hour out about an hour and a half out the movie theater. I just want to give a quick, idea of what I thought about the movie. So, I thought the movie was great. I want to give it a 8.5 out of 10. All right, and that's moving up towards a 9. Might even want to say 8.75, but I'm gonna go with 8.5. Okay. World building, awesome. That 60s backdrop, awesome. I mean, I really liked how the movie started. Just kind of went right into the movie, kind of telling their story, how they got to be where they are, and who they are. Didn't give us a origin story, so to speak, but the way they did it, we did get a somewhat origin story, but it was done in a matter of 7.5 minutes versus a whole movie. So that was good. I really liked that. That was great. In comparison to the other Fantastic Four movies, I know Fantastic Four and then Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer gets a lot of hate. That movie, they get a lot of hate. And the one that just came out here most recently, I haven't seen the third one myself, and I'm not going to see that because I don't even like the storyline. I just refuse to watch that. Not going to watch that one. But the first two, I thoroughly enjoyed those. I thoroughly enjoyed them, especially the Silver Surfer one. There were some parts in there that I was like, Reed was in the dance in the club, stretching his arms out and doing the dancing and all that. That was a little goofy. I ain't gonna lie. But the premise of the story, the movie itself, those first two Fantastic Four movies, well, I won't call them the first two because the one, they made a TV movie one, I think, back in the 90s, I guess. Yeah, I've never seen that one. Not gonna say I refuse to watch that one. If I get a chance or find it on a streaming service somewhere, or it comes on TV, I'll watch that. I just want to see that. I wouldn't mind seeing that. But this last one that came out before this one, refused. So, all right. So, what did I like most about the movie? What did I like most? I liked the way the relationship with the team's relationship. I really enjoyed. Pedro Pascal, Reed Richards. He's Reed Richards. I heard a lot of people say, he didn't come across to be the smartest person in the room. Okay, but he was the smartest person in the room if you say that, compared to who? He was the Reed Richards. There was no Tony Starks. There was no Dr. Dooms. There was no T'Challa's. All these people, Submariner, all these people. There was none of them who you would say are from the Illuminati from Marvel Comics, who you would say are in comparison. So he came up with all these formulas to make this stuff work. Nobody else was coming up with it, so what do you mean he didn't come across as the smartest person in the room? I seen all them formulas he's putting up on the board. The man was the smartest person in the room. He's Reed Richards. He came across as Reed Richards. And looking forward to him doing it again. I think Sue Storm, yes, definitely more assertive than I thought she may be, but I like that energy. I like that energy because it really dealt with her becoming a expectant mother, and then becoming a mother. And that's how mothers and expectant mothers, that's how they're going to be. They are going to protect that child. And that's the energy I got from that. And I just feel as though I liked her energy regardless, even if that child wasn't even involved. Franklin, that story, I like that. I liked everything about the whole team dynamic. The one thing that I had to say that I probably, if I had to nitpick about something, I would say I feel as though Galactus' strength wasn't, uh, his strength wasn't put out as what we know Galactus is capable of. And I'm guessing I was listening to one of the reviewers say, well, if you put that kind of power into a movie, you're not going to have a movie. Yeah, because he'll just wipe out everything. We know if he wanted to, he can grow to whatever size he needs to grow to. Yes, he could have destroyed that whole situation if that's what he really wanted to do. But he wanted to come get that baby. So maybe that distraction of getting little Franklin is what took him out of his mindset of, I could just wreck this whole place. He didn't want to wreck the whole place without having little Franklin in hand. So that's the only thing I'll give that, as far as, you know, Galactus being able to just totally destroy that whole scenario, which he could have. So Sue seemed like she, you know, Sue does have strength. And we found out over the years in the comics that Sue Richards, she ain't nothing to play with. The more she learned about her powers, the better she was with them. Of course, the Thing, and I feel as though the Thing didn't get to display his strength as in depth, put it that way. Johnny, we got a lot of Johnny. We got a lot of Johnny flying around doing his fire thing, his torch thing. We got a lot of Johnny. We got a lot. So if I had to say somebody did not get to deliver on their strengths and their abilities, it would have to be Ben Grimm. Yeah. So I'm sure we're going to see a lot more of Ben Grimm on the next go round. But that would be my only nitpick. The fact that I don't feel as though Galactus gave as much of a fight as he could have, that we know, you know. And outside of that, I thought the movie was great. It was definitely what I was expecting, what I wanted. But I did get a little confused because I'm thinking, now the end of the Thunderbolts, the end credit there, it appears, you know, it gives you that energy like this ship that's coming, you know, outside of their galaxy, that ends up having a 4 on it, and it's blue, is moving in a way, and I felt distress from that scene. So I was thinking that they came from their world, that their world was going to be destroyed. That was my thinking. But we see that their world did not get destroyed, so now my thinking is, why are they rushing to 616, 626? Why are they rushing to the current world? So yeah, so that threw me off. That threw me off a little bit. But it's got to do something with Doom now. It's not so much Galactus. It probably more has to do with Doom. Something that Doom's going to do in Avengers Doomsday. It's going to be, so we have 2 suspected teams of Avengers. We have Captain America's team, and then we have Elena's team. New Avengers. Which ones are? And it says that Fantastic Four are going to return in Avengers Doomsday. So we got the Spider-Man movie coming up next year, 2026. Then after that, we have Avengers Doomsday. So, yeah, it's real interesting. It's going to be very interesting. But yeah, once again, I'll say, like I always say, Marvel never left. I've enjoyed all of it, at different levels. But anything that Marvel has been putting out, Disney Plus, in the theaters, I have enjoyed. Some more than others. And so I'm not going to say Marvel's back, because Marvel never left. Marvel never left. Marvel has been here, and that's just something that some creators out here have developed to make their channels grow. This is all for money. This is all for promotion. Marvel ain't going nowhere. Marvel ain't going nowhere. So this is just a great input, and looking forward to the next. So now I haven't watched Ironheart yet. I'm gonna watch Ironheart, then I'm gonna watch the Eyes of Wakanda coming 2 days from now, and that's what I'm gonna do. So if you've seen Fantastic Four or Superman, because I haven't seen Superman yet. Not the biggest DC fan, so I'm gonna probably wait till Superman streams. Kind of wanted to see it today right after Fantastic Four, but my daughter had to go to work, so I said, well, maybe we'll see it before it's out of theaters. If not, catch it on the stream. But let me know what your thoughts are on the Fantastic Four, what you liked, didn't like, and Superman 2 as well. So I'm really looking forward to the DCU building up, because Marvel and DC have to both be able to be successful in order for this genre to thrive. If one of them fails, that's just a whole side. That's 50% of the genre that's currently big that didn't make it, and you're gonna lose all of that audience. So they both have to survive. So one for the other. Yes, it's fun with the whole Marvel versus DC, because that's what it's always been over the years, growing up, the comics, this, that, the other, the movies, the shows. We can still do that. But at the end of the day, we need both of them to succeed, be strong, and keep this genre going, and possibly blow back up to where it used to be. As far as I'm concerned, it's not terrible. Have we had $1 billion? We had $1 billion. Just last year we had $1 billion sale with Wolverine and Deadpool. That was $1 billion movie. We'll see what happens with these, and go from there. I think next year people are gonna long for a movie, and when Spider-Man comes out, I think that's gonna be your next $1 billion. Very close. I think that's gonna be the next $1 billion. So, all right, y'all. Till next time, enjoy your coffee, read your comics, watch your shows. God bless. Don't forget to hit the subscribe.